Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, you motherfuckers. Well, it's a beautiful morning, and it's Monday. And for some of you dudes, Monday is good. For the rest of you guys, you're hating the shit out of your life. What's up, fuckers? It's a new day. I took the weekend off. I figured, what the hell? Let me be lazy with this vlog thing and do 42 days straight. So I figured, you know what? I'm going to take a couple days off. So I took a couple days off. I went to the Spice Jam, which was a jam at this Brandon Perez's kid's house out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere. He had all these ramps built at his house, and I had a pretty good time, minus the fact that the weather sucks ass now, and it's cold, and it's gonna start snowing soon. I can feel it. So all of his ramps had like wet spots and moss on them. So let me tell you, riding your bike at a skate park and airing a quarter pipe and then landing and slipping out on moss sucks ass. So it was fun, exciting, and scary at the same time. I ended up breaking one of the ramps, or the railings on the ramps, because I was trying to do sprocket disaster on it, and I ended up just fucking knocking the whole thing down. And then my back started to seize up, so I ended up I learned a new word this weekend. It's called the Irish goodbye. That means when you just leave and nobody knows you left. Actually, I'm a puffer. That's what I am. Sometimes lately, if I'm just over something, I don't even say bye or anything to anyone, man. I just bounce. I don't got enough time to say bye anymore, man. It gets to the point where you want to say goodbye, but if you say goodbye, you got to waste like 20 minutes of your life, because you got to shake hands and you got to tell people why you're leaving. You got to explain it. It's just easier to poof, and then the next time that you see them and they bring it up like, yo, why'd you leave? Just be like, son, I had to leave. That's it. It's easier to do that than to waste your time shaking a hand and saying bye to everybody. I ain't got enough time for that shit, all right? I'm a grown-ass adult, all right? I want to explain what I'm doing. I want to talk about it, all right? All right, the reason is I brought my woman to the jam, okay? I brought my woman, and I wanted to go play smooch face. So sometimes you got to be a grown man. You got to go and play smooch face. So that's what I went and did. I went and smooched some face and enjoyed my time. And so, speaking of girlfriends and bikes, let's get on that topic, all right? Let's just try to breeze past this topic, or try to get on to the surface of it. All right. Here it goes. I'll try to hit as many angles as I possibly can off the top of my head. First of all, usually when you start a relationship and you're a BMXer, you forget one important detail. And the detail that you forget to tell your new girlfriend or your new woman or your new wife or your new boyfriend or your new husband, whatever the case may be, is the part that you forget to tell that person is, hey, I have something important in my life, and there's times where that's going to be more important than you. Now, saying it that way is obviously probably going to get you in trouble, probably going to get you slapped. So you need to explain to your significant other or your girlfriend or boyfriend at the very beginning, like, hey, look, I like riding my bike. This is what I'm into. This is my hobby. It's a by myself kind of thing. I need to do this. If you don't make that clear at the beginning, later on, when you're together for a while, and all of a sudden you want to go and ride with your friends, you're not going to be able to ride with your friends. Now, you could go ride with your friends, but you're going to piss that person off. So there's going to be this unclear situation that always comes up, and there's going to be friction between you and your partner. Now, if you start dating a person and you know that you're going to end up being with them and they're going to be your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or whatnot have you, just tell them, like, hey, I ride BMX for a living. This is what I do. It's my hobby. It helps me relieve a lot of stress. It helps me with pain. If I'm upset, I like to ride my bike. This is just what I like to do. If you do not explain that later on in a relationship, when you're like, hey, my friends are hitting me up, we're about to go ride, he or she is going to start bitching and complaining and crying around, and there's always just going to be problems. There's going to be problems on both sides. The home front's going to be bad because that girl's always going to be like, you're always trying to choose your bike over me. How come you're trying to do that? Oh, it's just not fair. And then your friends are going to be like, oh, dude, you're so pussy whipped, bro. All you do is just hang out with your girlfriend. You don't even like hanging out with your friends anymore. So you're always going to have these problems and these situations coming up. So the best thing to do when you're about to start this relationship is just to be like, hey, look, I like riding my bike. This is what I like doing when I'm pissed off, when I'm stressed, or when I'm in a good mood. I like to ride my bike. Explain that to the person. Tell them, like, hey, look, if you're into shopping or fucking picking flowers, a dude isn't going to be like, oh, you just want to go and pick flowers without me. You never want to hang out with me. Dudes don't do that shit. Dudes are happy you have your own thing to do because dudes want to do their own thing. But that's the way it happens. And the older you get, the easier it is to talk with a person. When you're younger, it's a little harder, but if you're upfront with a girl and she actually loves you and she understands you, then you won't have a problem with it. Now, don't be like I was. When I was younger, I would make plans with my girlfriend, and then someone would be like, yo, dude, we're going to California. You want to come? And I didn't give a fuck what I had planned with my girlfriend. I was leaving her fucking ass because I was going to go and ride my bike. Now, that's a bad no-no. Don't do that. Don't make plans with your girlfriend and then ditch her ass because you want to go and ride your bike. You gotta always make time for both. You gotta make time for your bike and make time for your woman. That's why, like, it's easy. All you gotta do for bike riding is a half an hour is more than enough time to go and ride your bike. If you're gonna go and ride with your friends, you guys got group chats and shit now, man. Get that shit all worked out. Figure it out amongst yourselves. Meet up with those guys. Tell your friends, like, yo, I only got X amount of time because I'm gonna leave and go with my woman. If you just say it right away, after a while, dudes will stop calling you pussy whipped, stop calling you a pussy, and they'll just get used to that. And if they're your real friends, they are going to call you a pussy. And that's just the way it goes. But it's easier to have a happy life at home than it is to have happy friends, all right? Friends, in all honesty, they care about you, but they don't give a fuck about being happy all fucking day long with you, all right? They got their own lives. So take that out of the equation. Just remember that if you're going to be with a woman or a man, I know I have to keep swapping this. You get the idea. If you're going to be with a person, just put it out on Front Street, all right? If a girl's like, all you do is think about BMX and all you want to talk about is BMX, you know, sometimes think about it and be like, all right, well, I can't really talk about this with her. But at the same time, if you do not talk about her or talk about things that you like with her, there ends up being this animosity and you end up having this like unspoken thing that turns into shit after a while. So sometimes you just have to say to the woman, like, hey, this is what I really love, man. Some dudes like fucking football. Some dudes like going to a bar and hanging out with their friends. Some dudes like fucking soccer. Fucking soccer. Who the fuck likes soccer? That's gay. You know, some people like to play Magic or World of Warcraft. Some people like to play video games. That's just the way it is. And then there's actual dudes out there that are actually pussy whipped and just like being around their girlfriends. Nothing wrong with that either. I'm just saying that, like, all you have to do is just tell your woman. And if she truly cares about you and truly loves you, she'll understand. All it is a thing about figuring out your time and realizing that both of you guys' time is important. Now, there's time together that's important, and there's time not together that's important. And it's all just something that you have to figure out. Now, you do not want to... You don't want to do this. You don't want to have fights and arguments, and then the bike is the argument, and then when she asks you, why do you always want to ride your bike? And then you say this one. You don't want to say this. Well, my bike's been there before you. My bike never complains. My bike's never crying. Yes, that is true. But at the same time, you do need a relationship, and you can't have sex with your bike. So try to flip that. And when you first meet a person, a girl, just tell her, like, hey, I really enjoy riding my bike. It's something that I love to do. I've been doing it my whole life. It's more than a hobby to me. It's a passion. I'm addicted to it. I'm sorry, but sometimes when I get angry or upset, I want to ride my bike. Sometimes my friends want to hit me up and we want to ride street all night long. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is like, hey, hun, if you don't understand it, watch some bike videos with me. If you don't understand it, watch me ride. Come with me. Take me a few times. Now, I will be honest with you. Personally, I fucking hate when dudes bring chicks with them to go and ride street. I fucking hate that. Now, it's not that I'm a fucking sexist that I don't think girls can ride. I just don't like when girls come ride street. For the simple fact that if they eat shit or wreck, I don't want to watch somebody eat shit. I just don't like it. And especially girls, because sometimes girls, when they come out and ride street, they're so uncoordinated. It's just a straight to the face, and they're going to be missing some teeth. So I just don't like that. That's my personal preference. I know it sounds sexist, but I just don't like it. Like, bringing your woman to a skate park to watch you ride, totally fine. You can ride a skate park. Girl can sit off to the side. She can do things on her phone. She can do her own thing. No problem with that. I've never had a problem with that. It's just when you bring them on the street ride, and then you can't go and ride anything. You can't do any handrails. You can't have a man conversation. You can't talk. You just can't do anything because there's this one person, this one little kink in the chain that shouldn't be there, but is there. So be considerate of her, because to be honest with you, she really doesn't want to go unless there's trust issues, and that's the reason she wants to come with. Or you personally don't have your shit together, and so you're making it uncomfortable and shitty at the same time. Having a girlfriend and being a bike rider can be super easy, but at the same time could be complex as shit. And I just feel like guys are guys, and when they first get with a woman, they're super interested in them, and they put all their effort and all their time into their girlfriend. And then when it comes time to riding your bike and doing your bike thing, and you and your girlfriend have been together long enough, and you want to do man stuff, and you want to hang out with your guys and do things you like, you totally forgot to explain that in a relationship. And so the woman feels like, well, since the beginning, it's always just been me and you. Why the hell is there a bike in this all of a sudden? Why the hell is there a car in the middle of this or something? And that's a problem. You gotta explain that to the other person. And when you get into arguments and fights with your girlfriend over your bike, don't just, I guess the best way to do it, or the best way to say about it is just drop the topic of the bike and don't make the bike the topic. Because in the long run, if your BMX bike becomes like a problem in a relationship and you're a bike rider, that relationship is pretty much fucking doomed. Because for some reason, he or she gets asphyxiated on the fact that you love something more than them, and it becomes jealousy. And the reason it's jealousy is because at the beginning of the relationship, you didn't explain it to that person that, hey, I really love doing this. And when I mean I really love doing this, I mean I will fucking do this all the time, and if I get into an argument with you, I will leave you for the bike. So, just explain to the person, I love my bike. This is what I enjoy to do. Now, I was very extreme with it. I would, if somebody on a drop of the dime said, hey, Ricky, you want to go to California? And I'd be like, yeah, how long, when? What are we doing? And they'd be like, we're going for 2 weeks. I wouldn't even think about it. I would just fucking leave and be gone for 2 weeks. Okay? That's pretty extreme. I would get into an argument and a fight, and then I would just leave town and go to a contest. That's a no-no. Don't do that shit, all right? Be thoughtful and think of your partner. With my woman that I have now, she knows that I love BMX, and I have found time for us, and I've found time for BMX, okay? Obviously, I work at a BMX company, and then I ride my bike. So I'm in group chats while I'm at work, figuring out where I'm gonna go ride, and I try to ride for an hour every single day, or every few days, because obviously I'm an old 37-year-old man and my back hurts, but I have a relationship that I'm able to ride my bike and it's not a conflict or a problem, because when I first started this relationship, I was like, hey, I ride a bike. That's what I do for a living. I love it. I do that more than anything in this world. It's always been there for me, and it's always going to be there. And I put that out on Front Street. And since I put that out there, we've never had no problems. There's been no jealousy problems. There's been no upsets when I've came home at 2 a.m. because I've been outside riding street all day long. And the other thing is kids, you guys have FaceTime now. So if you're out late at night riding street or whatever not, FaceTime your woman. Tell her you love her, man. Say, hey, what's up? I'm over here doing handrails, like you give a shit, but I just want to let you know I'm thinking about you. Just do things like that. And then also be considerate, man. Don't make your woman watch your bike videos. Don't make your woman watch bike videos with you. Don't constantly talk about biking, and take a fucking shower and clean yourself up, man. That's the other problem, is bikers are fucking sweaty, dirty dudes. All right? Be considerate. Make sure she knows that she's number one. But at the same time, you're allowed to love your bike. You're allowed to love what you're into. And you're allowed to be yourself. A healthy relationship is being able to separate yourselves, but still know that you guys are together. Everybody needs their space. All right? BMX is a good thing to get away from your woman and have your own space. All right? Getting with somebody and you both are into the same thing, that could be nice, but at the same time, you're not going to have enough space and you're going to start arguing and fighting. So if you pick somebody that rides BMX, good luck with that shit, because that ain't going to work long, because you're both going to hate it after a while. Everybody needs time apart, man. So just be considerate, be nice to your woman, let her know that, you know, your bike's important. Also, don't do that fucking phone thing, man. All right? Instagram's cool. Fucking TikTok or whatever that bullshit's called. Snapchat, Facebook, texting, group chats, DMs, all that shit. Put your fucking phone down. When you're with your woman, ignore your fucking phone. All right? If you get a phone call or a text, be considerate. Be like, hey, I'm going to look at this, and that's it. Don't be sitting on Instagram watching fucking bike videos. Put that shit away, okay? It's coming from somebody that did that before. I was constantly on my phone, man. A phone will definitely become a problem in a relationship. And that has to do with BMX, because you're sitting on Instagram checking out BMX clips. And if you're more interested in your fucking phone than you are that relationship, then maybe you shouldn't be in that relationship. You shouldn't be. And that's the things that you have to think about, man. If you really like doing something and you have a hobby and it's something that you really enjoy, and you have somebody in your life and they're just not allowing you to do that, if you're young, you got your whole life ahead of you. I'm 37. I'm not old in life thing. Like bike riding, I'm old, but in real life, I'm young. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to waste your whole life if you can enjoy what you loved before the person that you met. Remember that, okay? And it's taken me a long time to realize that. And now at 37, I found somebody super beautiful, somebody super considerate, somebody that realizes like, hey, BMX is a part of his life. I'm not going to bother it. I'm not going to interrupt it. I'm not going to be an asshole. Don't let people make you feel guilty because you want to ride a kid's bike. If you have a woman and she's telling you, oh, you're just some fucking piece of shit that wants to ride a bike and all you want to do, that's so fucking stupid. That person is negative and you don't need that person in your life. You tell that person to shut the fuck up because that's what you like to do and that's what you're going to do. And that shit really pisses me off is when you have somebody fucking berating you or telling you you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that and it's something that you like to do. If you have a woman that's like that in your life, that's called abuse. Get rid of that person. Or explain to that person like, no, don't do that. Same thing goes with your fucking parents. Same thing with your parents. You know what? You know what's so funny? I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for my parents. And this isn't going to be positive. My dad would tell me, hey, you little fucker, grow the hell up and get rid of that bike. You're never going to become anything from it. Guess what? My whole goal in life was to get sponsored and do something with biking. I didn't give a shit what it was. I just wanted to prove to my dad that I could get somewhere because of my bike. All right? Most people say, oh, my parents, they supported me and they bought me bike parts and they did this. Hey, sometimes parents motivate you the opposite way, man. And my parents motivated me by telling me, grow the fuck up. Quit riding a kid's bike. Everybody did. A majority of the people in my family thought it was stupid that I rode bikes. And that was more motivation for me. So sometimes negativity in your life can make biking more positive for you. All right? So I know this is a jobbled mess. I know I used a lot of the words the same. It was just some topic that I wanted to talk about. You know, if you guys are in a relationship and it's kind of hard because of biking, let me know below. Let me know the problems that you've had with your relationship between your bike and your woman. Every bike rider has had this problem. And if you're younger right now and you haven't had this problem, trust me, that shit is coming up. You're going to have to choose your bike or your girlfriend. If you don't explain to your girlfriend, who's going to be your girlfriend, that, hey, this is what I love to do. This is my passion. This is my hobby. I'm addicted to this. It's always been there for me and it always will be there. Explain that. Go through it, talk to them about it, be reasonable, and remember, don't be a dick about it, and don't bring your bike up during a conversation when you're fighting, because you're never going to win, and it's going to make that bike something that makes that person jealous, because yes, it is an inanimate object, but to you, it's like a ligament, it's like one of your arms, it's like a leg, it's a fucking... It's a piece of you. So, I love all you guys. I've been talking for, I've been talking for a shitload of time. So, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you guys have had any problems with relationships with your bike or whatever not, or your bike becomes a problem, let me know. Leave a comment below. Make sure you guys like this video. Share it on Instagram and Facebook. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you can see a new video that I drop every single day. I try to drop these. And I love all you guys. And marijuana! And marijuana.